Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to the membership program. Welcome to our live class. I hope everybody out there is having a great day so far and looking forward to a great day. And I hope everybody out there is looking forward to our live class today, as I certainly am. As I believe all of you can see, we are going to be practicing some pronunciation in our class today. For those of you who have not been with me in the past for a pronunciation class, well, first of all, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Todd, and again, it's a pleasure to have you with me here today. But also, let me just give you a brief introduction of the way we're going to do this and the way that I conduct these classes so that you won't be too alarmed when we begin. Okay, so here we go. Here I'm going to explain this to you. So listen up so you're not too alarmed. So, so we're going to practice pronunciation, and we're going to work with vocabulary that is very common. Everyday vocabulary. We use it every day or almost every day or very frequently. Okay. Now, in today's class, in this class, we are going to focus on the pronunciation of the letter M, M. And we're going to begin the class with a list of words that begin with the letter M, words with an initial M. And I'm going to pronounce these words in the list, and I'm going to ask you all out there to repeat after me. As best as you can, repeat after me. But here's the thing now. I'm not only going to pronounce the words individually, I'm going to put these words or many of these words into sentences. So you can practice these words in sentences. But these sentences I'm going to make up just right off the top of my head as we go along. And the result of this is going to be some crazy sentences. I promise you, I'm going to create some crazy sentences. And they're not going to make any sense. Many of them, or most of them. But that's okay. You know why? Because we're just practicing pronunciation. All right. So that's what we're going to do. And then after we do words like that with a list of words that begin with the letter M, we're going to move on and we're going to have a list of words with a medial M sound. And that means that the M sound is in the middle or approximately in the middle of the word. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me, and I'm going to pronounce the words, and I'm going to create some crazy sentences just right off the top of my head spontaneously as we go along. And then we're going to move on to another list. And this third list is going to contain words with the M sound at the end of the word. Okay, so, and it's going to be the same drill, the same process, the same procedure. You repeat after me as I create some more crazy sentences. Okay, and then we're going to move on, and I'm going to have some sentences that make more sense because I've actually thought a little bit, not too much, but I've thought a little bit about these sentences. And I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. But of course, these sentences also will focus on this this sound of the letter M. And in these sentences, some of the words will have M at the beginning, some in the middle, some at the end, etc. Okay, and some of our sentences are going to have some nice pictures to go along with them, and then others will not have the nice pictures, but of course we'll focus on the M sound. And then finally, I'm going to have a few questions, just 3 questions for you all to think about. And again, we'll focus on the pronunciation of the letter M. So all of that is by way of introduction, and all of that is to prepare you for some craziness. So let's begin. And again, just do your best, please, to repeat after me and to participate and join in the activities here. Here we go. As promised, I have a list of words with the initial M. M is at the beginning of these words. So here we go. Man, man, man. I'm going to create some crazy sentences. Men, men, man and men, man and men, may. There may be men. There may be men. Me. I'm a man. I'm a man. Look at me. I'm a man. Look at me. My, may, my, met. May, my, met. May, my, met. Men. I met a man. I met a man. And the man met me. The man met me. I met men. I met men. And the men met me. And the men met me. I may meet a man. I may meet a man. Met. Meet, met, meet, met, mat. My mat. There is mud on my mat. There is mud on my mat. Mix the mud. Mix the mud. I may mix the mud. I may mix the mud on the mat. I may mix the mud on the mat. Men are mixing mud on the mat. Men are mixing mud on the mat. Oh, man. Oh, man. Make. That man is making money. That man is making money with the mouse. Mouse and mice. Mouse, singular. Mice, plural. That mouse is worth some money. That mouse is making money. That mouse is making money. There are many mice. Many mice are making money. Many mice are making money. Most of the mice are making money. Most of the mice are making money. Melt. The milk is melting. The ice cream is melting, and it's milk. The milk is melting. Music. Melting into music. Much music. Many mice. That music is making money. Music is making money. Mail. Much mail. There's much music in the mail. There's mud on the mail. There's mud on the mail. That's my mail. That's my mail. That's my music, and that's my milk. That's my milk. All right. Now, all of you know what I mean now, right? That's why I prepared you. Those are some crazy sentences, right? All right. Okay, so that's our first list, and now we're going to move on with those words with the medial sound M. That means M is in the middle or approximately in the middle. Summer. The summer is remote. The summer is remote. There's a pumpkin in the summer. A pumpkin in the summer. The remote pumpkin. The woman has a pumpkin. The remote woman has a pumpkin. That woman is my mommy. That woman is my mommy. My mommy has a hammer. My mommy has a hammer. The farmer has a hammer. The farmer has a hammer. The farmer is remote. The farmer is remote. Pumpkin is yummy. Pumpkin is yummy. Llama. The farmer has a helmet on the llama. The farmer is riding the llama. The farmer is wearing a helmet. The farmer is wearing a helmet and has a hammer. The farmer has a hammer. And the farmer has a diamond. The farmer has a diamond. And the farmer has a lemon. That farmer has a lemon and a diamond and a helmet, and he's riding a camel. The farmer is on a camel. The farmer is on a camel. And that mermaid has a big tummy. That mermaid has a tummy. That mermaid is in pajamas. The mermaid is in pajamas. And it's Christmas. The mermaid is in her Christmas pajamas. The mermaid is in her Christmas pajamas. And she has a big tummy. And the camel has a big tummy. The camel has a big tummy. And that camel is eating a lemon. The camel is eating a lemon. And the llama is eating a lemon. The llama is eating a lemon on Christmas. Okay, you hanging with me in this in the craziness here? All right. Well, we have more craziness for you. We have more. Here we have words with a final M sound. That is words that end with M, or the M sound is at the ending. So jam, jelly and jam, jam, arm, I jammed my arm, jam and ham and jam, gum, I'm chewing gum and eating jam and ham. I'm chewing gum and eating ham and jam. Museum, I went to the museum. I chewed gum at the museum. I chewed gum and ate ham and jam at the museum. Tourism. The tourists went to the museum for their tourism. Freedom. The Freedom Museum. The Freedom Museum is for a tourism attraction. The Freedom Museum. Gym. I went to the gym for my freedom. I have freedom at the gym. The sum freedom. The sum of freedom. The sum of freedom. Farm. Did you see them? Did you see them at the farm? Did you see them at the farm? Time. What time is it? What time did they get to the farm? What time did you see them at the farm? What time did you see the team at the farm? What time did you see the team at the farm? What is your name? What is your name? What is the name of the gym? What is the name of the gym? Drum. There's a drum in the gym. A drum in the gym, and there's a broom in the gym. A broom in the gym. There's a broom and a drum in the gym. But what is the name of the gym? What is the name of the gym? Come to the gym. Come to the gym. Come to the museum. Come to the museum. Come came, come. Swim to the gym. Swim to the gym. Swim, swam, swum. Swim, swam, swum. Swim to the farm. Swim to the farm. Swim to the drum. Swim to the drum, but come. All right. So enough of this craziness, right? Enough of this craziness. Let's move on to a little sanity. Here. Okay, so now these sentences make a little more sense here. All right. So again, repeat after me, please. Many monkeys like to listen to Mozart music. Many monkeys like to listen to Mozart music. Experience that Mozart effect, the Mozart effect. All right. In the late summer, many farmers pick their yummy pumpkins. In the late summer, many farmers pick their yummy pumpkins. Look at all those pumpkins. That's a pumpkin farm. Wow. A lot of pumpkins. The members of the swim team have strong arms. They go to the gym 5 times a week and swim a lot. The members of the swim team have strong arms. They go to the gym 5 times a week and swim a lot. They swim a lot. The Memphis newspaper said that the construction equipment may remain on Maple Avenue from March until September. The Memphis newspaper said that the construction equipment may remain on Maple Avenue from March until September. If you're not familiar with Memphis, Memphis is a city here in the United States. It's in the state of Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. It's very well known for its music, country music especially, or bluegrass music. So yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. All right, now I have more examples for you all, but don't have the pretty pictures to go along with them. But again, please repeat after me. At some of the summer ball games, it was very warm. At some of the summer ball games, it was very warm. I made some menus for the new mall restaurant. I made some menus for the new mall restaurant. Mary was born in the month of December during a massive winter storm. Mary was born in the month of December during a massive winter storm. My company made me the manager of many of my coworkers. My company made me the manager of many of my coworkers. Say many of my mates, to use that's a little British English there. Hello, mate. And it's like hello, my friend, or hello, my coworker or classmate. I met my mother and grandmother in the middle of town for my birthday meal. I met my mother and grandmother in the middle of town for my birthday meal. All right. Let's move on to some more examples. We moved to our new home in late May. We moved to our new home in late May. The warm, humid weather last week made most people miserable and uncomfortable. The warm, humid weather last week made most people miserable and uncomfortable. The madly in love couple marched merrily arm in arm down the mountain. The madly in love couple marched merrily arm in arm down the mountain. More than 1 million men and women ran in marathons over the summer months. More than 1 million men and women ran in marathons over the summer months. March is coming and my mom is ready to travel to Maine. March is coming and my mom is ready to travel to Maine. All right. And again, as promised, I have some questions for you all to contemplate, to think about. And as I do in these pronunciation classes, I begin with a would you rather question. And if you've been with me in the past, you know this idiom. Would you rather? If you haven't, maybe you know it, maybe you don't. But I want to make sure that everybody out there knows this idiom because it's very common idiom in English. When we put would and rather together, when we put those two words together, we are saying something about a preference. Okay, about a preference. So if I ask a question like this, would you rather? I'm asking about your preference. Okay, and I'm giving two choices here. Would you rather travel to Memphis or Miami? Would you rather travel to Memphis or Miami? Why? So I'm asking you about of these two choices, traveling to Memphis or traveling to Miami, which do you prefer, or which would you prefer to do? Okay, so that's what I'm asking here. All right, now me, okay. Would you rather travel to Memphis or Miami? Well, I'll say Memphis. I like Miami. I love Miami. Actually, I love Florida. But and I like Tennessee. Memphis, as I mentioned earlier, is in the state of Tennessee. But yeah, I'll go to Memphis. Yeah, both choices are good for me. I recommend both of them. But Memphis, a lot of music. I'm a music fan, and so I'll choose Memphis. I haven't been to Memphis for a long time, so yeah, I would rather travel to Memphis than Miami. Okay. And number two, now I'm going to ask, do you prefer? And notice when I use this question, I'm using an infinitive after the word prefer. Do you prefer to eat? Do you prefer to eat meatloaf or meatballs? Meatloaf or meatballs? Now, I could ask this question like this. I could ask this question and say, would you rather eat meatloaf or meatballs? I would not use the infinitive there. So, in other words, no to, no preposition to. I would just say, would you rather eat meatloaf or meatballs? Okay, so structurally a little different. Okay, now to answer that question, well, yeah, let me explain too. You may not be familiar with meatloaf. Meatloaf is a great American, we say, comfort food. It is basically what it is. It's ground beef that is hamburger beef, and we will usually mix it in with breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs or something like that. And then we'll put ketchup in there and some spices, usually like onion and maybe some garlic or other kind of spices. It depends. And we'll just make it into the shape of a loaf of bread. There are, we'll put it into a container that is in the shape of a loaf of bread, and then we will sometimes put ketchup on top of that, and we may put bacon strips on top also, bacon strips, and then we'll put it in the oven, let it cook until it's finished, and then we'll slice it like bread, and that is meatloaf. And it, like I said, it's a what we would call a comfort food. I used to eat a lot of meatloaf when I was young. My mom used to make meatloaf. It was something relatively inexpensive. It tasted good, and it was easy to make. Now that's meatloaf, and then meatballs. Some of you may not know what meatballs are, but meatballs are usually made from, well, they could be made from beef or pork. or some kind of combination of that, but they are in the shape of, well, they're in the shape of balls. Okay. So a lot of people will eat meatballs with spaghetti, for example, or some kind of an Italian dish there. And they have their spices, usually have a kind of a peppery taste. And so, yeah. So, do you prefer to eat meatloaf or meatballs? Wow, another tough choice for me. I haven't had meatloaf for quite a while. Uh, I'll choose meatballs. Meatballs. Yeah, I like meatballs. I like meatloaf also. I haven't had it for a long time, but I'm going to go for meatballs here. I like Italian food. Okay. And then number 3 here, if you want a free trip, and I want to emphasize, as I always do, that this trip is free. You don't pay for anything. You don't pay for the flight. You don't pay for the hotel. You don't pay for your time off of work. You don't pay for any transportation that you're going to use while in this country that you're going to visit. You don't pay for anything. It's free. No expenses at all. Okay, so that's what you want to keep in mind. If you want a free trip to one of the following countries, which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? And our 3 choices here: Mexico, Morocco, or Malaysia. Yeah, all right. Well, me here, this one's an easier choice for me. I would choose Mexico. I would choose Mexico. Why? Because I know people in Mexico, and I have friends in Mexico, and yeah, so, and Mexico is close. Mexico is our neighbor here in the United States. So and I know there are many beautiful places in Mexico. So I've never been there, but I know some things about Mexico, and like I said, I have friends in Mexico, and I have friends who have been to Mexico many times, and so yeah, that's my choice. It's a relatively easy choice in this case. So, all right, you guys are great. I want to thank you all one more time for attending this membership live class. I want to thank you all for being participants in the craziness of these pronunciation classes. And I also just want to thank you for being members of our membership program. And I will be looking forward to seeing you all again next time. I'll remind you that my name is Todd. And in the meantime, I'm wishing everybody out there a wonderful remainder of your day. Bye-bye.